Hey guys, how's it going? It's Rob the Jeweler here. Today we have a ring that pretty simple repair. It's just split in half. You take a look, you can see it's cracked, split in half. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna take a filing disc, small filing disc like this, and we're gonna smooth out the sides on the ring. Like that. Then you're going to take your pliers, like this, some crimping pliers. Be careful if there's any stones on the side. And you're going to push it down. And you want it to meet flush. Like so. You see it's flush. We have no gap. Okay. So then what we're going to do, we're going to put the ring on our third hand here. We're going to make sure we dip it in boric acid and denatured alcohol mix. This puts a safety coating on it for the fire so you don't get a lot of fire scale. It makes the cleanup a little easier. We're going to be using a 5 tip for this job. Now, I usually use a 5 tip for rings, bigger items, stuff like chains, necklaces, bracelets, smaller stuff. I usually use a 4 tip or a 3 tip. But for this ring, we're going to use a 5. We're going to set this thing on fire. It's my favorite part always. It doesn't hurt the ring. It just puts the denatured alcohol will burn off, and it puts safety coating. The boric acid leaves like a white film over it that kind of helps coat it. Now what we're going to do, we're going to cut a piece of our solder. Remember, you want to use the carat solder or whatever carat piece you're working on. This is 10 carat, so we're going to use 10 carat. We're going to cut a piece off. Okay. Then what we're going to do, we're going to get our flux. I like to use Aquaflux, but there's many different things you can use out there. There's a lot of good fluxes out there. Put just a little bit on there. Okay. And what we're going to do, we're going to grab our solder. We're going to heat it up till it goes into a ball. We get it on the end of our tip there. Then we're going to heat this piece up slowly, let the flux kind of burn, right? Then we're going to put our solder on there. Adjust our flame a little bit. And our flame keeps adjusting on us here. Not sure why that is. And we're going to heat it up until she flows. There you go, it's flowed. And once it's flowed, you're done. If you keep heating it once it's flowed, you can get pits in the solder joint. So once it flows, you're done. You don't want to get it too hot. Now, this particular ring has CZs in it. So we want to let this sit here and cool off. Those are not diamonds, those are CZs. If we were to take this ring with it hot right now and dip it in water to cool it off, those CZs would shatter. Then we'd have a whole nother problem. So we definitely don't want to quench that off. We want to let that sit here for a second and cool off. Another way you can help make it cool off faster, stick it on a mandrel, because usually metal mandrel is a little cold. That'll help dissipate some of the heat. Okay. So now we want to kind of round it out a little bit on the mandrel. And if you need to, take a rubber mallet. You don't want to use a regular hammer, you want to use a rubber one. And stick this in your desk, and you're going to tap like so, just to kind of finish rounding it out. Okay. Then all we gotta do is we'll grab our rock, which is like a quick filing tool that'll file it down smooth. And we'll start with the inside first. Then we'll do the outside. Okay, now I'm going to put the inside rubber to finish fine smoothing it out on the inside of the ring. But before we do that, I'm just putting that on here. Before we do that, we want to grab our slot with the little groove, and we want to lay this down, and we want to file this side, the side of the ring, so that there's no line, it's even. So we're going to grab our file, and we're going to smooth out them sides. Like so. And then we're going to do the other side here. Okay, then we're going to kind of just do the top, kind of even out the top a little bit. Kind of get the rough edges out of the solder point. Okay, now we're going to use our inside smoother, finish fine smoothing it. Then we're going to switch to our mid-grade. I usually like to use the black wheel for fine polishing on the outside on the sides. And we're going to fine polish the outside of the ring and the sides of the ring. Now we're going to do the sides here. Alright, now we'll check and make sure that we're completely round, which we are. As you can see, we're completely round, cracks filled, no gaps, all smooth, can't even tell where we soldered it together. So now we're gonna go clean and polish it, and then we'll come back and show you the finishing product. Alright guys, we've cleaned and polished up the ring, and here's our finished product. You can see crack is no longer there, or the split in the ring is no longer there. You can't tell where it was soldered at, where it was put back together. So next time you need to fix a crack in your ring, why not do it yourself? This is Rob the Jeweler, and we'll see you on the next one.